I am Candace Tambagahan,
And I'm Sean Tambagahan.
and we have three boys, 7, 10, and 12. All three of them go to Clovis Christian.
So yeah, for me, I was opposed to having my kids in public school pretty early on. Before we had kids, I already kind of knew that I didn't want them in public school. We had talks about it, and we were both in agreement that it was important for the kids to stay home and be educated by us, especially in their most formative years. You know, we wanted to be home with them. And that was one of the reasons. But another reason is because I consider myself somewhat of a victim of the public school system. When I was 6 years old, I was diagnosed with ADD, which basically means I just learn differently than most other people. But when you throw a kid that has a different way of learning into a class with 40 other kids and they're all taught to learn a particular way, it's kind of like putting everybody through the conveyor belt. Well, when you have a kid that has a divergent way of learning, that kid tends to fall behind. And that was really my story. I thought I was stupid all throughout my public school experience, and I found out only later when I was 22 that I actually loved to learn. I started figuring out how I could read comprehensively and pick up books and learn for myself. And I know that with my kids, they're three completely different human beings. Same parenting style, same DNA, but three completely different kids. And one of the things that Candace had noticed when she gets all the credit for the homeschooling, when she was schooling them, she had to teach all of our kids really differently. And so none of them really learned the same way. And you can't really get that individualized, personalized education in the public school system.
When my husband first brought up sending them to Clovis Christian, I was immediately like, no, because I had heard a lot of negative things about private schools, almost like they're no different than a public school. And some of the private schools that we have around here are just as big as the public schools. And so there was that. And then obviously our religious background, us being Christians. So I was really wanting them to be taught in a godly way that had more moral standards that we have. So I was kind of hesitant because I just thought that they were all the same as public school. I didn't realize there was definitely a difference in Clovis Christian compared to the other private schools that I have been introduced to. And so I also wanted to make sure that they were able to choose kind of what they liked, and when they struggled with certain things, I was able to work one-on-one with them versus getting lost in the shuffle of all the kids at the school. And I know I experienced that as well in public school.